Hello, we're live. Hopefully, stuff is set up correctly because I was rushing a little bit. Let's make sure. Oh, yep. Okay. It's working. It's working. Well, I think we're good. Hello. Welcome in. Hi, Tarot Goddess. Thanks for being here. Welcome in. Welcome in. After doing that double live yesterday, man, I had one of those sleeps where it wasn't like a sleep. It was like I passed out and then woke up and couldn't figure out if it was still night or if it was morning. So, yeah, but I feel better. I'm ready for today. Hi, Judy. Thanks for being here. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Everybody good? I'm trying to get our list started, so certainly let me know if there's anything you'd like me to add to this list. Hey! Oh my gosh, why can't I read your name? I see. Oh, Arla! Hello! Welcome in! Thanks for being here! Man, you have my eyes jacked up there. It's all good. It wasn't you. My eyes are just jacked up. Just old. Oh yeah, we are gonna do Ron's birthday today. Hey, cousin V, thanks for being here. Yeah, we'll do Ron's birthday, which is 8/31. Is it 93? Okay. I thought it was your first time here, Arlo. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hey, Josh. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so we'll do Ron's birthday. Um, and what else? What else do we have to talk about today? Um, and it is our hip hop day. So, what are the going ons in hip hop that we would like to make sure to cover today? I do have if you want to see it, I do have because I was curious to look at the numerology for the game. I was curious, so I could share that if you would like to see it. Because he had a lot to say, of course, again. And there's Rumple. I felt you rolling in. Thanks for being here. Welcome in. Thank you. If you haven't already, go and hit the like button for me, please. Please and thank you. All right, what else should we put on our list? So 712 was the number. I had to go look it up, which is so crazy because usually I remember it, and I had to go look it up. I had to go look it up this time because I couldn't remember what it was. But I've seen it. I actually saw it a whole bunch this week and couldn't even remember what it was. That's crazy. Anything else we should add to this list? You know, we can always add. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, Rumple. We could definitely look at the vibrational connection between because we looked at the koalaholics. Um, we looked at the koalaholics vibrations yesterday, and we can look at it today with Kendrick's vibrations. Absolutely. Because and that'll actually be good because that'll be a good example to be able to see how you can look at your individual vibrations and how they connect to the group or really any group as a whole. Okay, good one. All right, so let's start with these, and then if you have any other numbers or birth dates, especially anything else going on in hip hop that you want me to cover, just let me know. And you know how it goes. Usually, there's always something that is coming up that we end up having to talk about. Um, yeah, okay. So let's start with our vibration of the week that was last week. And so for Arla and any of our other wonderful new subscribers that have come in, welcome, welcome. Every Saturday, we use hip hop as an example to look at numerology and astrology, but we also try and pull. We don't try to. We do. We spin our number wheel, our random number wheel, and we get a hey, Ron, thanks for being here. You're on my list. You're on my list. So we're gonna look at yours today. We always spin our random number wheel to get a random number or vibration for us to look for throughout the week so that we can start working our vibrational muscles and paying attention to the vibrations and the energy that are around us, how our energy is interacting with that energy, and what are the deeper vibrational messages and the deeper like stories that are happening at that vibrational level. So that's where this 712 came from. Is this is the number that came up on our random number wheel last week. And we already talked about how, and we saw this a lot yesterday when we were live, but how this 10 keeps coming up. And part of the reason this 10 keeps coming up is definitely because we are heading into 2026, which is a 10 vibrational year. So it's not just a 1, it actually is a 10 vibrational year, and that's important. So this week, I actually saw 712, and it's crazy because it's the one week I couldn't remember what the weekly vibration was. But then when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually saw it and wrote it down a lot. I saw it a lot with time. So this is one where we could see it with time. But really, there's a couple of themes that are happening here. So we have a lot of representation of these ones, which is new energy. But this is because everything is energy. This could be a new person, it could be a new group, it could be a new talking point, it could be a new thought, it could be a new set of behaviors. Oh, he does have an 11 in his username. That's actually pretty funny. So we have a lot of this new energy here, and we have with the 10, we have this new energy being enhanced and supported by this God or universe energy. That's this 0. So this is the only vibration that we have like no control over. And so it comes in and it's really enhancing whichever number is coming to the left of it. So this God universe energy is coming in and it's amplifying, it's like supporting and enhancing this one vibration that is here. The other themes that actually are kind of going around with this one. So think about this week where there were themes of something new, like a new thought or a new behavior or something that you hadn't seen before or heard before. That's really what this would be sparking. Another part of that, get a different color here because we have all these colors, so I don't use them. Is this change in perspective. So 12 is really this vibration of change in perspective, where when we have a change of perspective, we see things in new ways, which can cause new thoughts and new ways of doing things and new behaviors. So we again have this theme of new. But with this change in perspective, what it's doing here in this vibration is it's adding to the vibrational flow that this action of 7 is being taken in. So if you have a change in perspective, so you're seeing things in a new way or you're doing things in a new way, now this action is happening in a different vibrational flow. So this is our vibration from last week. And as I'm talking about it and thinking about it, like this energy and vibration of new, very interesting, is very much what's coming up here. All right. you all going at each other already? Now, sweet babies, be nice to each other. You all would crack me up. All right, so we will get a new vibration for this week at the end. So we can cross off 712. And since we have Ron here, we can look at Ron's birthday. Are you ready, Ron? Let's see what we can find out about Ron. All right, let me get some water and catch up in the chat, and then we will jump into Ron's birthday. Oh, that's what's happening, huh? That's pretty funny. All right. All righty then. Man, that has been stuck in my head like all day. It's really annoying too. Because there's no other part of that stupid movie. Just, all righty then. And I had like awake nightmares that I was going to come in here and wouldn't be able to stop saying it. So we'll just say it. We'll just say it that twice and hopefully that's done. All right, so we've got August 31st, 1993. And so when we're looking for the life path number, we always start with the year. Now, traditionally in numerology, you want to get to the single digit as quickly as possible. And you focus on the single digit life path number. The way we do things around here is we get the 2-digit life path number. So we don't reduce until the very end. So then we can see what is the path or the steps that you are taking to be able to get to that single digit life path number. So if the single digit is what you have at the end, it's what you're contributing vibrationally to the whole, then the 2-digit is giving you the steps of how to be able to get there. So let's look at the year. So the year adds up to 22. Yes. I like the skip in. That's a good entrance. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. So we get the 2 digit for the year, and then we add the, oh, I didn't mean to do the same color. We have to have different colors. There we go. Then we add the month. So August is 8. And then we add the day. So let's do that math. And we get 61. Which then, when we add the 6 and the 1 together, we get our 7. So for Ron, your single digit life path number is this 7. Which is interesting because this means that with this 7 here, you could very much be prone. I don't like this color being so close to the other color. I need just like a different color. There we go. But 7 really is this vibration of action in flow. But what can happen is you can take. No, interesting is not bad. I say interesting all the time. It's not bad. It's not bad. But what happens is this 7 is very much taking action, but in flow. And taking action in flow, in vibrational flow, means that you are allowing these actions to be guided by the vibration. So it's happening at the right time in the right way. But this means that you can tend to feel like you need to take action and end up taking action out of flow. So like not being patient for the right time to take that action, or taking the wrong action, or like forcing the action to happen instead of allowing it to flow. And so your biggest challenge, because you're meant to be adding this action and flow to everybody else's vibration around you. So like when you are in vibrational flow, you can get others to also take this action with you in vibrational flow. But if you're not in vibrational flow, you can trip yourself up and you can trip up others that are around you. So you have to be very careful about making sure that your actions are in flow, that they're at the right time and in the right way. They're fitting with the flow of the energy and of the vibrations. It's nothing that you're forcing. And so one way to make sure that this is happening is to look at these 2 steps of how you get to this 7. So you can't just skip over to the 7. Come on now. I know. I know that you could be patient. You just call it something different, like procrastination. But that's like making sure that it is in the right timing. So when that window opens up for that action, you have to be ready to go. So the way to do that is to recognize what is the new energy that is needed. So in this case, you have to be able to understand what is the energy flow that you need to be able to take action. Because like if you like planning a road trip and you don't plan out how much gas you need and how much it's going to cost, then you're doomed. That's what this one does for you, is it helps you to plan and understand what is this energy that needs to be in place for me to take action. And you'll know when you have discovered this energy of what this new energy is, um, when you get to a place of comfort where you feel really comfortable in taking this action. So, being comfortable in taking action doesn't mean you're comfortable with the action. I know that sounds all kinds of weird and backwards. It means that you're comfortable in knowing what that action is. And so you are able to draw in a lot of this new energy, and you can see the new energy that's coming into the space. You just have to be aware of it enough to know how to use it, and then to be comfortable to use it. With this 6 here, though, also, you could at times like question other people's comfort. So we always, with these life paths, need to recognize it in ourselves first and how we're using it first for ourselves, but then you can't help it but to come out for other people as well. So once you recognize what this new energy is and you're able to draw that in and use it, now you have to look at what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. But in that process, you can be questioning your comfort zones, but also the comfort zones of people around you. Because sometimes you can't take action in flow. So, like, you're not going to be able to get into this vibrational flow because of somebody else around you. And a lot of times it's like that you are causing them discomfort because you're questioning them. But it's because you see how this energy, this new energy is coming in. You see how things are shifting. It's, yeah, like what I'm seeing is there's a dynamic here with these vibrations that are happening. Okay, Ron. There's something here. What's happening is like it's the way these are interacting with each other is a little bit different than what I've seen for other people, because it's kind of like you're getting in this weird vibrational cycle. Um, you're getting in this weird vibrational cycle where it's like, oh, you get the new energy. So, like, you get the idea, you get the motivation, you understand what the action needs to be. And then you get over here in comfort, and in this place of comfort is where you're preparing to take the action. But then you start second guessing yourself, and that makes you go back to this first step and have to, like, then you start questioning if the comfort that you're feeling in taking this action really is the right thing, or is it really in vibrational flow? And by questioning it, now you're sending yourself back to this first step. And then you're going around and around in these circles of, like, this is knowing, like, what you need to do and what you want to do, but you can't get out of this cycle to be able to get to this 7, to actually taking the action. This is what your procrastination looks like. This is what it looks like. where you you have these ideas, you have the motivation, and then like you're questioning it when you get to this comfort. Like it's like, why am I comfortable? Should I be comfortable? Is it okay to be comfortable? I don't know. And then it's sending you back to this first step. Huh. Yeah, this is really interesting. So then what happens is when your vibrations are interacting with other people's vibrations, it's like they you go through this cycle with them as well. Huh. I'm just looking at the energy moving, and it's yeah, it's very much moving like in this spinning. So Ron, you can tell me, are there times um that you feel like it's not, so like the word that's coming up is stuck, but it's not necessarily stuck. It is like moving around in circles. It's like can't get to the next step. So it might feel stuck. Um but it's like you're second guessing and you keep flipping back and forth through these steps. So you can't get to your seventh step. But when you do, in those moments when you do get to you actually make it to this seven, the actions that you're taking are extremely impactful for yourself and for others. Like in really good ways. Like you're really contributing a lot when you're able to get to this action. But I don't know what's going on here. Huh. So is any of this making sense? Because what I'm seeing is, yeah, I'm not used to see. Okay. Okay. So I think what we should do, because it does look like your it it looks like it you have a second vibration, a second individual vibration that is impacting this even more. Yes, okay. 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 Yeah. So like a feeling of quicksand. Like yeah. Okay. That absolutely makes sense because it is like every time you're taking this step, something is like pulling you back, and it looks like a lot of it is in your own head, but there's a second vibration here that if we could figure out how they're interacting with each other, it could probably really help you. So, Ron, do you primarily use the name Ron? The menace is in class, huh, Rumple? Okay, so let's look at Ron, and also let's look at Bear as your spirit animal to kind of see, because I don't want to just see how this is happening. I want to see if we can find some of these vibrations that'll actually help you or give you at least some resources and some help to be able to get out of that quicksand feeling. So let's look at your name, Ron. Oh my gosh. My phone is frozen. Okay, wait. I think I fixed it. All right. So we are going to use our letter code here where A is 1 and Z is 26. And then we have, all those in between. So let's see. Ron would be 18 for R, 15 for O, and 14 for N. Okay, this makes sense. So, Ron, your name actually is adding up to 47, which is that 11 too. So, that's where 11 is resonating. But we looked at this 47 a couple weeks ago because 47 is the numerical vibration of time. So you have a lot about time, like, but it's like the a feeling of not having enough time or not having the time. But this 47 also, because you have the 7 here, that's what's tripping you up. Because this is your first step here in this vibration, but it's your last step here. So it's here at this 7 vibration because it's the first step. This is where you are having to examine the actions. You're not taking the action yet. So instead of getting stuck here in like questioning this movement from 1 to 6, you can start here and you can examine the possible actions. You examine what are the possibilities. Because by doing that, using this vibration that you have, by doing that, that's going to actually give you more stability. Because that's this 4 vibration. So if you examine your actions or all the possible actions that could be taken, and that makes sense because you have that Virgo sun. That means how your mind work is very analytical in that Virgo way. So this would actually help you to focus the mind so that you're actually working in vibrational flow. So first examine the actions and take as much time as you need to really understand what are the actions that you could or would take and why you would take those, and what are the pros and cons that would come from each of those actions, because that's going to give you stability. Once you reach this place of stability, now you can have this one energy come in. Now you can use this new energy and you'll feel much more comfortable because now you'll be more stable. You'll feel more stable in it. And you'll have a clear view of the pros and the cons. That's this 11. And by having this clear view of the pros and the cons of all the actions, now you're actually able to make a choice, which is the 2. So now you're not having to go back and forth between the possible actions, but you're actually able to make a choice so that you can take the action that is in vibrational flow. You'll know it's in vibrational flow because you'll feel more stable. So you'll feel more on solid ground instead of in that quicksand feeling. And then that'll support this comfort. Does that make sense? I think this, yeah, because that's all right. So this makes sense. This makes sense why you would be so quick to jump to action, um, because you have that seven there. Okay, let's look at them together and we'll talk about it more. So, if we take your life path number of 61 plus your name vibration, which are two of the strongest vibrations that you use. So, we use energy and vibration in connection to other people, to any other energy outside of ourselves, but also to draw the energy that we need for ourselves. So let's look at how these two are really moving together. So 61 plus 47 gives you 108, which then goes to 9. Okay. So this is actually really good. So basically what this is saying is that by using these two vibrations together and not separately, it'll actually get you to a completion. You'll actually get to the completion, you'll get to the end. And so the steps that you want to take are step 1. So when you're doing anything, whether it's something little as like thinking about, changing a habit or behavior, to something really big where you're trying to make a life change, or you're thinking about moving, or you're whatever. So small or big, you want to take these same set of steps. And this is, all for yourself, but you're always welcome to ask me, and we can certainly talk through some of this. But your first step should always be to examine possible actions. Now, your actions, I know when we think about actions, we think about what we're doing outward. But actions also include your anything that's a routine. So anything that you do regularly. So it can be the way that you think, and it can be the way that you move just throughout your day. So if you have something that you want to do, so let's say you have a goal. So to get to your goal is to be at this completion. So this is goal completed. These are the steps you want to take. So you first want to examine the possible actions. You want to give yourself the time. This is where it will help you to be patient by going through these steps. So examine the actions, all of the possible actions first. By examining these actions, it's going to help you to feel more stable. So then your second step is to look at the foundation of your choices. So what do you have to stand on? So if you're looking at these possible actions, what are the thoughts, behaviors, feelings, people, timing for each of those? That's where you're getting to, like, this is where you have like your pros cons list. Because having that understanding, especially because you have that Virgo sun, you have that analytical mind that'll just keep running if you don't give it something to think about, if you don't give it a problem to solve. So you examine all the possibilities. So this could even be as simple as you write down the whole list of all of the possibilities to get to this goal. Then you look at the foundation of the choices. What are the pros and cons of each of those choices? Then your step 3 is now to actually look at what is needed. So what is needed? Because there's something here. There'll always be something that's new that you don't currently have that you're going to need. So looking at your pros, cons, what is going to make this foundation even stronger? Now remember, at this point, you still haven't made like your full choice. So you can be whittling down the possibilities, but you want to be able to look at which of these possibilities are going to give you the strongest foundation and stability. Because it's this between this step 2 and 3 where you could feel like you are in quicksand because it's not stable. So here is where you want to build the stability. So right in here, between these two, this is where the stability is built. Dang, Ron, you must be special because you're getting a whole lot. People usually don't get this much. But once that stability is achieved, it'll be easier for you to be comfortable with your choice. So the problem is that you going into this place of comfort where you think you're comfortable, but then you're actually not. And so then you're spinning. So moving through it in this way. And this also can be for if you are feeling a certain type of way. You could run it through this system as well. Exactly. You're skipping steps. You're trying to skip steps. So like we all have done it. I mean, whether you did it as a little kid or you did it as a grown ass adult trying to make your booty big, you try and skip steps like on a staircase. And the more steps you try and skip, the harder it is. So we don't want you skipping steps. This is where that patience is coming in, is making sure that you're getting all these steps. Because by like going through these steps in this way, then it allows you to take action in the flow. You gonna have to, that's a conversation between you and God, because I don't know. I don't know why this came out this way, but this is what the message is that you needed today. But also, I just know, like, even just looking at your energy and how it is moving, especially through your mind, you need to know these steps. You need to know these steps because it's going to help calm your mind. It'll help calm your mind. By going through these steps, now you don't have to worry as much about this 8, which are these cycles, the energy coming back around. If you're taking action outside of vibrational flow, that's where you can get some like big time karma coming back to you, where you start seeing these cycles of happening again and again and again. It'll also help you by taking these steps This will help you identify which cycles are in your life, including generational curses. I don't know why that's coming up, but that is a cycle. Generational curses that need to be broken. You'll be able to see them more clearly and be able to take action on them more clearly if you're taking these steps before you get here. Also, by taking these steps, you will finally get to a place where now this God or universe energy can come in and actually support you. Oh no, Josh, don't say that. Oh my God, I'm going to sing that song again, aren't I? Yep, it's in my head. Come on. I just got Ace Ventura out of my head and now I'm singing Michael Jackson again. I'm not doing it. I'm going to leave that to you, Ron. You could sing that to yourself from me. You are not alone. Oh, man. But you will get to this point where, like, when people speak of, like, they finally got to a place where comfort was able to come in. It was like the sweeping comfort. A lot of that time it is this God or universe energy that's coming in. But you're open to it because you've reached a place of comfort within yourself here. You're not cursed. Yeah, you have what it is that, so if we think about it, everybody has a vibrational core that is a weaving of vibrations. So it's a weaving of all of our unique vibrations into our vibrational core, and then our experiences are woven in to that centerpiece. Some of us, I'm including myself in this because it's true, have the weaving of those vibrations in our core are different. They could be tighter when they're tighter weavings, and that's what I think is happening here for you, Ron, when they're woven tighter together. It's more like those vibrations are bonded together, and so it's harder to be able to access them. That's why you need to be able to get these steps, because these steps are helping you to untangle that knot so that you can actually get moving onto that vibrational flow. I know for myself what it is I've got a lot of extra vibrations in there. So it's hard to navigate because there's so many extras. But you have the people around you. You have people around you that are really, they're put in place for you to get support for these energies. So we've talked a lot about one that is coming up. We've talked a lot about how Cousin B has a lot of that 1 energy and the 11 energy. So he would be a place where you could go to, especially because he also has that Virgo brain, to work on these first 2 steps together, or to at least help you to start working on those. Woo, there's a lot. Do you still want to look at the bear? this is a whole lot. I want it to be enough to be helpful, but not so much that you're overwhelmed. So you let me know, Ron, if this is helpful, if you have any questions, um, what else we can do or what I can do to help you along your journey, because you got a lot to contribute. Questions? I can give you answers. You got specific questions? So, let me look. Give me a minute. Let me look. You're not cursed. You're not cursed. You're not cursed. Stop saying that. See? Look at it. That's that energy that's coming in. Let's actually look at I'm going to look at that word so you can see how it actually is resonating with you. What you're doing to your own self, sir. So let's look at this word cursed. So if we use our code again, cursed is 3 plus 21 plus 18 plus 19 plus 5 plus 4. So cursed is 70. So look at what you're doing. Look at that 7 again. You again making it harder to take the action that you need, because you jumping right into the action before taking your steps. But let me look at your vibration and see what's going on here. You know, it's not, yeah, it's not things that you did in your past life. It actually looked like, I think that's why like generational curses came out, because it looks like it's this vibration of something being passed down to you. And like when we think about generational curses, there you get them in a couple of different ways. They're passed down to you in your DNA, but they also are passed down to you as you are mimicking or repeating the thoughts and behaviors of those that came before you. So, what it is looking like, and this is why you keep using this word, 70 is the numerical vibration of the word shadow. Hey, if we really thought about like what was coming, like generational curse wise, none of us really had a chance. So you got this. There's definite reason why you have this 7 coming up, because you are being given this energy, like the people that are around you are bringing you this new energy that you need to be able to break these curses. What it is it looks like the shadow of what these vibrations are, you're letting it overpower you. You're getting stuck there in the shadow. We're going to look at something real quick, but the thing I want to say before we get there is that this 70, one, we have this God universe energy here that wants to support your actions. You just have to get in the flow of being able to do that. And part of getting in vibrational flow to be able to do that is making sure that you're changing the vibrations that you're using, which are your thoughts and your behaviors. Because this 70 is also the numerical vibration of the word essence. So the core of who you are is who you're denying. And what is coming up is that draw this little guy again. This is you, Ron. Today, this is you. And what we have to remember is that we're operating both in horizontal and vertical time. So in horizontal time, this is our past. And this includes past life. It also includes generations that have come before us. And future. So these moments in the past we basically can be carrying them on our back, and it's slowing us down from being able to get into the future that is actually meant for us. When we look at vertical time, I knew there was a reason we needed to do this today. Give you all the time that you need. So in vertical time, here is the place of shadow, which is also the place of the wounds. And up here is the place of healing. So this is where you are your most wounded self, and this is where you are your most healed self. Interesting. All right. Woo! Okay. I got too many people talking to me at once. I'm trying to get all the information, but I'm getting it. So these experiences of the past that we are carrying on our back, they are connected to these wounds and this shadow that are here. And then there's certain things that can keep us here or can help us move up into this healing space. So, for example, being in a state of guilt can keep you here versus using acceptance can move you to a more healed state. So this is where some of those techniques that are really pretty cheesy, but they can work when you use them in the right way and in a very intentional way, can come into play. So by having like an affirmation, it can help you move from this lower state of being stuck in the wound more into the healing. So, like, for example, having repeating regularly, and we usually talk about here the 3-6-9 technique, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. But like having an affirmation of like, I am in acceptance of who I am. Because one of the things that gets us stuck sometimes is that we hide the shadow away, or we get stuck there, instead of just accepting that it's part of us. So we need to accept that this happened in the past. What happened in generations before us, we can't change. It's just there. But by accepting it, now it can be less of a burden. We can leave it there in the past. We can heal and move into a place of acceptance. I hope this is making sense and that this is helpful. So the 3-6-9 technique is that you would take an affirmation. I'm trying to see which would resonate better for you. Because I like to write my affirmations using this technique, but you could also speak them. And it seems like speaking them, Ron, would actually be really helpful for you, because you need to hear these affirmations in your own voice, so that it can change the voice, because we hear our own voice in our head. Yeah, that's where the self-doubt is coming from. It's coming from that self-talk. So with this 3-6-9 technique, what I do is I will write my little affirmation on like a note card, because I actually do both of these. I write it and speak it. But then oh my gosh, I'm hearing so much. I'm trying I'm trying to like listen at the same time as get this out. So for the 3-6-9 technique, what it's doing is it's creating a new cycle. So if we have self-talk, which is a cycle, we're saying the same thing to ourselves over and over again. Oh my gosh, I just realized that this is actually very related to some of our other hip hop topics. But if we're saying the same thing to ourselves over and over again, it's like telling a lie over and over and over to yourself again, to the point where you believe it. And so doing this technique is now trying to build up that energy to create a new cycle. It's trying to break the old cycle and create the new cycle. And so for the 3-6-9 technique, you write or speak the affirmation 3 times in the morning. For speaking it, you want it to be like when you wake up. So if you have a little note card of your affirmation next to you. First thing you wake up, and you don't have to tell nobody you doing this. Do it for yourself. But you can, if you want to come and talk. We are here for you because I think there's several people in here that use this technique and that would benefit from using this technique. So everybody be listening also. So 3 times in the morning, you are either speaking it or writing it 3 times in the morning. In the afternoon, you are speaking it or writing it 6 times. And then in the evening, you are speaking or writing it 9 times. And if you're speaking it, you really want this, and really it's if you're speaking it or writing this, to be right before bed. Because whatever is the last thing that you hear or do before bed is what your subconscious is working on. And oh my gosh, where's my picture? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. There we go. This is your subconscious realm. So by doing this technique, it can help you to change that subconscious place. And it does feel very much so one of the things come on now. I don't know who said it, and Ron, if it was you, I'm going to get on you. But somebody said the affirmation should be, I am not cursed. No, 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 no. You don't want any negative connotation in your affirmations. You want your affirmations to be on the positive side, be the positive vibrations. Because remembering that every single vibration carries both that negative and that positive possibilities. And so you want to make sure that you are connecting in to the perspective of the positive. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm talking so much. Hopefully this is helping. So let's see. All right. So here we have something that we could do as a group. So let's start tossing out some positive words that we could put together in an affirmation. And while you're putting those into the chat, I do want to look at the bear as a spirit animal for you, Ron, because you do have a very strong connection there. And that is an energy that you could be using to help you on this journey. And that makes sense. All right, so before I do this, I'm going to get some water. I'm going to catch up in chat. Make sure that you all aren't in here telling me I'm talking crazy. Not like it would stop me, but still. Let's check and make sure. Mm. Yeah. No, you don't have that. We gotta break that. We gotta break all that thinking, Ron. Because you would not be here and you would not be connected to like the amazing people that you're connected to if you were only meant to bring these burdens. Like, that's not. Mm-mm. You have a lot to contribute. We just got to break some of this. Mm. Reason is a good one. Here Comes the Sun is a good one, too. Hmm. Oh my gosh. Is Koala live? Because he is really loud right now. Feels like it. Let's look at Reason. Oh, okay. I just I just heard him really, really loud. And it was actually starting to make me hot because he was so loud. Like his energy is so loud. Like we saw that yesterday, like how big and loud not just his energy but that whole channel is. Yeah, it was making me hot. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the word reason is 72, which is actually very good because that'll help get to the 9. Also, 72, oh, that's why you all are so loud. um, 72 is the vibration of hip hop. So, of the name hip hop. So, hip hop could be a very good way of tapping into this and getting to this 9. Because not only does it have the 9 here for you to be able to get to that place of like goal completion, but it also has the 2 here, which is that making a choice. Interesting. Okay. What in the world? All right. I'm going to do this real quick and then we'll move on. Yeah, I'm going to get this into the recording and then we'll move on. That koala energy is, I think, distracting all of us, which is okay. But bear, um, when we add it up, is 26, which is the same as the numerical vibration of the word God. Oh my gosh, there's like so much coming in. Okay, so what I am hearing is that we need to move, and you let me know if you all are feeling something different, especially Ron. But this is what's getting screamed in my ear, in my head. This is the affirmation, And I don't think this is just for Ron. There's at least two other people that need this as well. So the affirmation is I act with intentional reason to move forward. So we want to make sure that there is a reason for the action that they're being taken. We need to have this action in here for that 7, but it needs to be in flow. And the way to make sure it's in vibrational flow is that we're using intentional reason. So remembering that we first have to oh no, he's fine. It just all of a sudden was like really loud, but it's all good. We first have to be aware of the energy and the vibrations that are around us. What are we using? What are we tapping into? And then we have to be intentional about how we are using those vibrations and that energy. That's how we get into the vibrational flow to be able to take this action, is with intention. But also, we are needing this word reason here to give purpose. Because the thinking and the actions of like, this is happening for a reason, whether it's good or bad, can be shifted to where that reason now becomes purpose. And then lastly, what this affirmation does is it helps to direct where that flow is. So, where a lot of the times we can think about being in vibrational flow, and we think about it as like we are riding this river, but we don't all the time realize that we actually need paddles to make sure that not only are we moving in the right direction, but we're using the energy in a very intentional way. So we need to make sure that this affirmation is really focused on moving in the forward direction. So it's in the way of moving forward. It's not getting stuck. It's not feeling like you're in quicksand. So this is the affirmation that I think needs to be used. Okay. And I'm going to do really quickly, I'm going to look at some of the vibrations within here. And this is more for everybody so that you can see. Oh, hi! Hi, Koala! Hi, Koalaholics! Welcome in! There's probably more of you that need this affirmation also. Thanks for being here. So, I act with intentional reason. To move forward is the affirmation that we are going to be making sure that we are either speaking or writing 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night, like before bed, so that we can change the vibrations and how we're using them. So let's look at some of these vibrations that are within this. So we already know that reason We already know that reason is 72. So let's look at the word intentional. So let's use our code of A equals 1 all the way to Z equals 26. And let's see. Intentional. It's so crazy that I can't like spell right. With letters, but I can spell it right with all the numbers. Ah, okay. So now I know why we needed to do this. So intentional is 133. So this phrase, intentional reason, where we have 133, 72. 133 is also the numeric vibration of the word community, and 72 is the numeric vibration of the word hip hop. So intentional reason, moving with intentional reason, is also resonating with the hip hop community. So there's your connection in to this intentional reason and what it actually feels like. So thinking about your connection to the hip hop community can help you know what that energy or that vibration actually feels like. And then, oh, this is fun. Look at what came out. 133 plus 72 gives us 205. And 205 is the numeric vibration of the phrase unconditional love. So when you are truly moving with intentional reason and you truly are connected into the hip hop community, it feels like unconditional love. You're acting with unconditional love. So when we come down here and we say, I act with intentional reason, this means that this whole phrase can be changed, if somebody wants it to be, to unconditional love. So I act with unconditional love to move forward. So remembering that all of these vibrations are very neutral. So they hold everything that could be possibly positive and everything that could be possibly negative. So we want to find the words or phrases that work for us most to keep us in that positively vibrational flow. Woo-wee! This is a lot. But this is, man, this is a good affirmation. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this one, because this one is directly from some higher power somewhere. Because this is very powerful. So getting your internal narrative to change, we use that 369 technique, where now this is creating that foundation, that vibrational foundation, to be able to move in flow. And then you can take action. Now you can actually get to that 7 where it's the action in flow. This is woo-wee. Oh man, I don't know if I can handle too much more. Especially because I'm hot. Like, oh, too much energy flowing. But a good stuff. This is great stuff. Any questions? Oh man. This is actually a very powerful. Okay, so I'm over here. You know, I'm over here like doing stuff. But let me know what questions you have. Okay. The other thing is that while we were talking about this, so while we were having this whole discussion, we also were experiencing um Mercury trine Chiron. And so in this moment also, we were being given an opportunity, because that's what this trine is, to put words or to communicate Mercury the wounds. So this was very, very intentional, not on our part, but on the part of higher power, the universe, of God, of the vibrational flow, for this to come out. Perfect timing. Creepy, but perfect timing. Okay, no questions. Did you get this? Well, when you go back and you look at this, Ron, and this is for everybody, if you go back and you look at the recording, or you have questions later, please don't hesitate to come and ask me. I absolutely will answer all the questions that I can. And I am not one that it will make up an answer. I will tell you if I have no clue. And we can work through it together, but oh my gosh, I don't know why, but I keep being told I need to also look at this move forward. And I think it's because move resonates at 55, which is also the numeric vibration of the word karmic. And forward resonates at 85, which is the numeric vibration of the word storm. So, what you are experiencing right now is a karmic storm. It feels very karmic. It feels like it's very much coming back on you. And it feels very chaotic and storm like. But by changing the words, using different words to move forward, it can break you out of this perspective that is feeling that energy and vibration as a karmic storm. Man, this affirmation right here is really deep. Please, everybody, take a screenshot. I think everybody should be using this affirmation in that 369. So using either writing or speaking in that 369 technique. Good Lord. That was a lot, but hopefully helpful. You know what? You're right, Josh. They do. But really think about why that is and what that actually means. Because then that's another lesson of your spirit animal. Oh my gosh. All right, let me see if I could even find our list again. We'll take the focus off of you, Ron. Oh my gosh. Okay, there. There's my list. All right, so we've looked at this birth date. Ooh, a Slurpee does sound really good right now. Come on now. Now Josh and Rumple got me thinking about stuff I don't need to be thinking about. I don't really want to talk about the game. We could come back to that if you want to. But let's look at the Koalaholics with Kendrick. Ooh, okay. Do we have a blank space? All right, here. We'll go here. Of course you were. Oh my gosh. So should I? Do I need to add to the conversation? I mean, it does actually kind of relate to our Koalaholics discussion as well. All right. So let's recap and we'll see what comes out. So, we know that Koala T is 66, which resonates with the words family and happy and freedom. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to talk about it. It's coming up. Oh my gosh. Dude, I want to talk about this stupid game. He's dumb. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. So let's do this just real quick. Actually, we'll leave it here. Oh, boo. I don't want to talk about this fool. All right, so the game. The game's birthday is what? What is the game's birthday? I don't think I have the game's birthday written down. I think it's in October, along with our favorite Lobry character. But I do have written down that the game's life path number is 66. The November 29th, what year? 79. Yep. All right, let's look at it. Let's confirm. So, November 29th, 1979. So, to be able to get this life path number, we first need to get the year, 2-digit number. So when we add that up, so when we do, oh my gosh, 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 9, we get 26, which is interesting. Which is interesting because didn't we see yesterday also that Koala's life path number is 26? Is am I remembering correctly? Gosh, I think so. Oh no, Koala's life path number is 26. So the year is 26, and then we add the month, and we add the day. So then when we take 26 plus 11 plus 29, yeah, we get 66. So why? I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it. Oh. Okay. So we have this. So what we have right now is we have this vibration of 66 that is showing us how it is vibrationally neutral. So on this continuum, so every vibration has like a whole continuum. So if this is the vibration of 66, along this continuum, we have the vibration of family is 66. The vibration of happy is 66. The vibration of quality is 66. The vibration of freedom is 66. And then we also have on here life path number 66. Now, it's based on whatever your perspective is. And so when your life path number is that vibration, it sets your perspective. So it's like you are looking at, so if this is like the vibration, it's instead of you being an outside perspective, observing and taking in that vibration, you are actually on the vibration. And so then you are moving back and forth on this vibration more than others. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So having the same vibrational number doesn't mean anything because it's based on your perspective of how you actually are interacting with that vibration and how you're expressing it. So, let's go over here. 66. 6 is the vibration of comfort. But this first 6 is where you are challenging comfort zones. So you're challenging the current comfort zones, whether they're for yourself or they're for others. And then by challenging those comfort zones, you can establish new comfort zones. But because this is neutral, so if in like that vibration of family, you're challenging the comfort zones of like what everybody is comfortable with or think is okay to be doing or feeling, then that can either, lead to some divisions within the comfort zone, or it can actually create a new comfort zone. But regardless, when you have this combination of challenging comfort zones and creating new comfort zones, it brings you, and we've seen this 12 with our 712, it brings you to a place where you have a change in perspective. So if you are really tapping into this 66 vibration, so if the game was really tapping into this 66 vibration in a way that would be for his greater good, he could change his perspective and actually see that vibration as like freedom instead of as like a burden. Because this vibration, with him having this 66 as his life path number, it means that he's meant to change his own perspective so then he can help change the perspective of others so that he and others around him can grow. But again, because this is neutral, we're seeing this play out, that the perspective that he's taking um is one that is false. Trying to say it in a nice way. Yeah, so if he's not making a full change in perspective, it's him bouncing back and forth between these comfort zones. That's what we're actually witnessing. That he's bouncing back and forth between old and new comfort zones, because your comfort zones are the way you think, it's your the ways you behave, like what you're comfortable in, not just doing but in observing and seeing others do as well. So he's jumping back and forth here, so he's not even able to get to this full change in perspective. And because he can't get to this change in perspective, then he's absolutely not going to be able to grow. But what he is trying to do, he's jumping back and forth between these comfort zones, because he's way too comfortable just saying some really weird stuff. Like, it's not even that it's just lies, it's like weird stuff of like, I think he really believes this. This is really like irrational on a whole nother level. So he's jumping back and forth between these comfort zones, and then at the same time trying to step into this purpose of changing other people's perspectives. That's him trying to convince people to jump back and forth between these comfort zones with him. It's really wacky. It looks really wacky. That's so weird. Oh my gosh, what? Okay. So then I'm like trying to ignore what the message is coming through because I don't want to talk about him anymore. But fine. All right. So we have down here, we have the game with his life path number of 66. 66, 12, 3. We know somebody else that has a life path number that is 12, 3. Oh my gosh. I'm scared. Koala got me scared to like say his name. Nah, we good though. But Kendrick Lamar's life path number is 48, 12, 3. So there's the vibrational connection between him and the game. Where they both are on this trajectory where in their life path, they are meant to change people's perspectives so they themselves are able to grow and others around them are able to grow. Where the game is over here supposed to be challenging comfort zones so that new comfort zones can be created, so that new beliefs, thoughts, actions, and behaviors can be created that lead to growth. Kendrick Lamar is making, he himself and those around him first have to face this cycling energy. So we just saw this in our last discussion, where this is that cycling energy or this karma energy. It's the reap what you sow energy. He has to first recognize what this energy is in his own life, and then he's able to see it very clearly in other people's lives. So then he is able to establish new foundations. new thoughts, behaviors, way of doing things to stand on. And that's how he gets himself and everybody around him and everybody that's influenced by him to change their perspective. And then in that change of perspective are able to grow. So then, if we want to look at this relationship and this interaction between these two people, we can add up their life path numbers. So if we do 66 and 48, and you could do this with anybody, if you want to see how you are in vibrational relationship with somebody else. So 66 plus 48 gives us 114. So together, so vibrationally together, they really, for this to be a good connection, for this to actually work, they would have to be working together to establish new foundations. And by establishing these new foundations, then this new energy is able to come in and you will clearly see sides. So this is like clearly see sides. But what's happening is their vibrations together are actually exposing the difference in foundations. So them being in conversation, different discussions and conversations together is actually exposing the differences in their foundation. So in the way that they're thinking, the way that they're doing things, and that's coming back to this connection at changed perspectives. So it's showing the difference in how they're trying to change these perspectives, and they're growing in different directions. And so now, instead of this new energy being able to come in and work together, this is actually what is creating the division. So this 11 is division or polarization or dualism. So when you look at your life path number with somebody else's life path number, it can show you how you can make it work and work with those vibrations. But it also shows you what happens if it's not working, if those vibrations are not coming together in a way that's going to push everybody forward. Very interesting. And you know what? Let me look. Oh gosh, the universe got jokes making me talk about things I don't want to talk about. So, we have this. So, the game life path number plus Kendrick Lamar's life path number is giving us the 114. 114 is also the numerical vibration of the phrase tailor made. And also, 114 is the numerical vibration of the song title Black Boy Fly. And in Black Boy Fly, Kendrick Lamar is talking about the game and how he was one of the people that made it out of Compton and was able to be successful, and how he hoped that it wasn't just him. And in Black Boy Fly, he actually refers to the game as tailor made. And then we already know who took this tailor made and was actually speaking about Taylor Swift, but here's another connection. That tailor made then now relates to tailor made freestyle. And this, oh my gosh, why? Why do I talk about all this? Well, it's good. It's good. The word freestyle actually resonates at 115. So one vibration off from this 114. So this is where you can see where it went, whoop, it got shifted like this. Where now, by adding freestyle in there and having that vibration be a little bit different, having the 5 instead of the 4, it made it misaligned, no longer aligned. Oh my gosh. But wait, there's more. I I like wrote all this stuff like on this piece of paper. Um and I actually wrote this on December 14th because that's when I was going to talk to you all about it. That's when the game first started coming back up in conversation. And I didn't understand a lot of this. Now it's coming together. Now it's coming together on live for the world to see. um, the other thing, oh my gosh. So we just saw that the game's life path number plus Kendrick Lamar's life path number add up to 114. 114 is also the numerical vibration of the phrase tailor made. So then, if we make this connection to the tailor made freestyle, then that's how we get the connection to our buddy old pal Lawbry. But we need to use his name this time, because his life path number is 58, which is also 13 4. So his life path number, where both of these life path numbers are 12 3, his life path number again is one vibration off. So it's a little bit boop, off, like not aligned. But where it does begin to align is the game. I don't know why I chose pink for that, but I think it's funny. When we actually do the numerical vibration of the game, that's 59. And so again, one vibration off. But then all of them are connected through this 114. That's creepy. That's creepy. All right. What? I think that's all I got. Let me see. Oh, that's fun. All right. So, one thing to add. So, freestyle over here of 115. 115 is the numerical vibration of karma is a biatch. I don't know if I can write that or say it on YouTube. but it was fun. Yeah. Uh huh. Fun. There we go. So, okay. Well, all right. I wasn't wanting to talk about the game, and we did. But then let's look at the vibrational connection, because then this can take us to the vibrational connection between the Koalaholics and um, Kendrick Lamar. Oh my gosh. You all crack me up. So, yesterday we started looking at Koalaholics, and we already saw that koala resonates at a 40. Let me make sure you all can see this. Which is the life path number of Tupac. Tupac's life path number. So we got that connection there. No, that was a good one, Rumple. Josh, that was a good one. I was trying to not let it distract me because it was so good. Then, Koalaholic itself here is 87, which we have a connection here where if we take Kendrick Lamar's life path number of 48 plus the life path number of hip hop, 39, we get 87. And 87 is also truth. And it is no, it's blessings. That's what it is. I was trying to remember from yesterday. Blessing. So koalaholics all together. What? Why would you do such a thing? That was so rude. So koalaholics adds up to 106, and here we got that 7 again of taking that action in flow. But 106 is the numerical vibration of both of these words when we add an S to it. So 106 is truths, but also blessings. So being part of the koalaholics, each individual is bringing their vibrational blessing into the space. So it's an opportunity for in that community for us to be able to bless each other as well as bless koala and him bless us. So it's a whole state of blessings, which is very cool. Um it feels like, and you can tell me what you think, but it feels like we need to go off of a name. So, because Koalaholics is the name vibration, let's look at Koalaholics, which is the 106, plus the numeric vibration of Kendrick Lamar. Is 120. which gives us another one of these 10 ones. So remember, we saw all, oh my gosh, like every date we looked at in association with Koality Reacts and the Koalaholics was kept giving us this 10-1. So here it is again, that these vibrational connections are bringing up this 10-1 vibration. But also what's bringing up again is, here again is this 26, which we think, we probably need to confirm, but this is Koala's life path number is in there. But also 26 is the year we're going into, which is crazy. But it's also the numerical vibration of the word God. So the Koalaholics with Kendrick Lamar, it's able to, so these vibrations together are able to create a space of comfort that also challenges the comfort zones, because it's right here on the far right hand side. This is challenging comfort zones. So it's a comfortable place where we're challenging comfort zones, and then we are ending duality. And that vibration is amplified because we have it here twice. And through this amplification of ending duality, so getting, and this is not just duality, but it's also division. So in this this space, when the Koalaholics are focused in on the vibration of Kendrick Lamar and are integrating with that vibration, it very much can challenge comfort zones of like, why are you comfortable with this? And that actually in turn helps to end the division. So that, because this, so 2 plus 2 gives you the 4, so that a new foundation is able to be built. And it's interesting that a lot of the Koalaholics have said, myself included, that it's Kendrick Lamar's vibration and energy and events around Kendrick Lamar that drew us into the Koalaholics. So we're meant to come in through this vibrational space. So through this vibration, which he has the 12 here, which is the change in perspective again. So his energy changed our perspective so that we could come into the Koalaholics, have our comfort zones challenged, so then we could end the division not just within ourselves, but within the community as a whole. And with the ending of those divisions, now that's where we are able to get to this brand new energy that is supported by this God universe energy, and create something brand new. So creating something that has not been seen before, contributing a vibration to the space and to the world that hasn't been seen before. The thing that we have to be very careful about, and this is coming in super strong. So both because this 26 is Koala's life path number, and we're getting this 26 from connecting in with Kendrick Lamar's vibration, we have to make sure that we are not putting either or anybody in a position of God. This is little g God. We cannot idolize either of them or anyone in this space. Because if we do that, it's not going to allow us to actually tap into this true God universe energy here of the zero. Yeah, you're right, Judy. So yesterday also we saw 266, which again has this 26 in there. So that's the biggest challenge. This space and these vibrations are very powerful. But we have to be very careful and make sure that we're not creating any false idols. We're not following false idols. We're not putting anybody in a position of playing God. Because if we do that, we are not able to actually access this true God universe energy. Good gracious. I need some water. I need some water. Because that is a lot, but very true. Wowie zow. Well, my goodness. Any comments or questions? Because my goodness. My goodness. That's crazy. And this, like, when you start seeing these types of vibrational stories playing out, there's no way to be able to deny that it's not like deny that it's bigger than us. Okay. Yeah, this is like, all right. Gotcha. Got it. Got it. Message received. Loud and clear. I had to look, but yeah, that this 266 came from the date that the Quality channel was started, that July 23rd, 2014, plus the name Nice Quality, plus the name Quality Reacts is how we got the 266. Exactly, Josh. My goodness. Well, all right. So, on that note, I'm going to cross this one off, and I'm going to cross this one off. And I think we're ready for our random wheel because I don't know how much more I could take. We ready to spin our wheel? Because good gracious. Man, oh man. That was like some powerful stuff today. Look at those messages and those vibrations that came through. We definitely had some help today. We definitely had some big huge energies coming in and helping us today. All right. So let me find our wheel amongst all of my tabs. Okay, are we ready? Is everybody ready to spin the wheel? Okay, Judy's ready. Oh my gosh, here you go with that giveaway again. This is the wrong wheel, Rumple, the wrong wheel. It's in Cousin B's Twitch that we do the giveaways with the wheel. Here we go. Spin that wheel. Woohoo! Woohoo! Nice try. 523. Okay. That's okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So now let me get back to the whiteboard. If I can find it. There we go. I was trying not to say nothing, Judy. But all right. So our vibration that we're going to pay attention to this week is 523. And so the this could be a time. So we'll be looking for this vibration as a number in number form. So we can look for it as a time. We can also look for it anywhere. Like license plates is like really the most common. So time and license plates is where we see a lot of our vibrational messages, but could also be on a receipt, on paperwork, on a sign. So we want to look for the number itself. But we also want to look for the themes of the story of this vibration and what the story's being told, and make sure that we connect in with that. So we have another 10. Another 10-1. So this 2026 energy is coming in strong. What are we going to be encountering in this year? So we have here, so the themes that we are looking for. Oh, I started answering your question early. Yeah, it happens. We're still looking for wherever there's this new energy. Remembering that is anything and everything. It's a new person. It's a new discussion point. It's a new thought. It's a new behavior. It's a new idea. Um, and we have that double here. We also have this God or universe energy that is also supporting this new vibration. So it could be things that are new that feel very divine, like it's an idea or a thought or a shift that has come in that is new, but it feels like it's very divine. It feels like it is coming from a higher place, it's coming from a higher order of things. That's this 10. We also have these themes here where we've been seeing this also. This 23, this is that theme of I am and identity. A lot of people this time of year are looking at who they are and their identity and how they want to change themselves and their lives in the next year to come. So I'm not surprised that this has come up. So it's an examination of I am and the identity that's associated with I am to be able to get to a place of change. We can also break this 23 down and we can look at it as the sense of what is the growth that is happening to help end dualism or division or polarization. And how this growth or this examination of growth and like what direction is this growth happening, how that helps in duality, division, or polarization and lead to a place of change. Because then with this change, so getting to that final step of change is what actually allows us to then tap into this new energy that is being enhanced by this God or universe energy. You all crack me up. Oh my goodness. So this is the vibration for this week. So keep an eye out for it. I'm going to remember it this week. It's so crazy I forgot that 712, but now I can't forget it. And I know I saw it and wrote it down a whole bunch of times this last week. So 523 is our vibration for the week. We want to be looking for this vibration so that we can start recognizing when we have these vibrational themes and information coming through our world. We want to be able to see how we're connecting to it. So you can use the same technique as when you're seeing like what people typically call an angel number or those triple digit numbers where really they're just loud. But when you see a repeating number or you see this number or any number that catches your attention, where that vibration is catching your attention, you want to make sure that you are documenting what you were thinking about, who you were with, what you were doing, any of those things, so that you can begin to make the connections between this vibrational story and these vibrational messages and what you're doing in your everyday life. And then we'll talk about it next week. So I will be on Twitch regularly now. So I will be there on Wednesday, even though it's New Year's Eve. I still will be there. I don't know what I'll be doing yet, but on Twitch I am just doing silent streams. I quote silent because I do let you hear what music and vibrations and frequencies I'm listening to be tapped in, but you're getting to witness like my process of pulling in these vibrational messages and starting to decode them. So I welcome you to come over to Twitch. I will be doing that on Wednesday, and for Wednesdays now on, I think at 7 Eastern, I think is when I'm doing that. It might be later. It might be 9 Eastern. I don't know. I gotta look. But I do have the schedule over on my Twitch, and Twitch is the same username, so Vibrant Minerals. So thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of the lurkers being here and the support. I appreciate you all very, very much. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please make sure to hit it on your way out. And we will talk again soon. Thank you for this very high vibrational discussion. This was a really good one. Couple of good ones. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. And have a really good week. Bye.